There are questions over who will main event WrestleMania, and Bray Wyatt has confirmed his return to wrestling. But first, it's WrestleMania week and pro wrestling shows are aplenty in Dallas, Texas, and one AEW star has taken advantage of the situation, having wrestled 3 matches in the space of 24 hours. On Wednesday night, Jon Moxley would defeat Jay Lethal live on AEW Dynamite to kick off his busy week, with this taking place in Columbia, South Carolina. He would then head over to Dallas, where this weekend's WrestleMania festivities are taking place, where he competed at 2 GCW shows in the same night. First, he would successfully defend his GCW World title against AJ Gray at Joey Janela's Spring Break at Fair Park. Hours later, in the same venue, Moxley would then fight in a brutal contest against Biff Busick, the former Oney Lorcan, at the MMA-inspired Bloodsport show. Moxley would finish off his bloody opponent with a bulldog choke followed by vicious knees to the head, scoring the knockout victory. Moxley is just one of many busy wrestlers over the next few days, and I'd highly recommend checking out Bloodsport if you haven't already if you fancy something different this weekend. You can find it using our Fight affiliate link in the description below if you want to check it out. And speaking of WrestleMania weekend, let's go to the latest news regarding tonight's ROH Supercard of Honor event. The pay-per-view will be Ring of Honor's first under the leadership of new owner Tony Khan, who of course is also the president of All Elite Wrestling. More matches have been added to the card, including the debut of a brand new client for Tully Blanchard, who was recently fired by FTR on AEW Dynamite. Tully will be bringing in a mystery opponent to take on Ninja Mac at the show, leading to speculation over who he will be managing next. From what I can see, many fans are anticipating either Brian Cage or Cesaro to show up, but this is by no means official. Another fired manager will be showing up, as Andrade El Idolo's former right-hand man Chavo Guerrero will be joining Bandido at ringside for his undisputed ROH World title match against co-champion Jonathan Gresham. And on top of this, New Japan Pro Wrestling star Minoru Suzuki will battle current ROH World TV champion Rhett Titus, with the title on the line. Suzuki is in town for other shows this weekend and has now been booked for the Ring of Honor event. Tonight's Ring of Honor card is becoming increasingly stacked to add to the much anticipated tag team dream match between the Briscoes and FTR, with the ROH World Tag titles on the line. As well as this, Tony Khan has promised a big surprise for the night, urging fans to stay until the end. If you want to catch the show live, you can do so by once again using our Fight affiliate link in the description below if you want to support the channel while you do so. Next, we have an update regarding Triple H, who has made his return to WWE. Last night, Head of Talent Relations John Laurinaitis would hold a meeting with WWE superstars in attendance before bringing out Triple H, who hasn't been seen by most talents since August. According to Fightful Select, the scene is said to have been emotional, with many ecstatic to see the game return to work. Triple H has been absent from his WWE duties as of late following a cardiac event last year, which ultimately ended his in-ring career. Hunter would go on to discuss his recent battle with his health before introducing WWE President Nick Khan, who he described as a friend of more than 10 years. Khan would then announce that talent can now once again make additional money on top of their wrestling contracts via third-party platforms such as Cameo, autograph signings, scripted and unscripted programming, as well as potentially Twitch, although this wasn't confirmed in the report. This follows a ban on such activities over 1 year ago. Those in attendance have noted that the meeting was well received, with talent feeling positive by the end of it. One source said that it was a great way to kick off WrestleMania weekend. Now we have a story from last night's MLW Intimidation Games, where a former World Heavyweight Champion returned to the promotion. At last night's Dallas tapings, current MLW World Middleweight Champion Myron Reed would issue an open challenge, a challenge that was accepted by a current All Elite Wrestling star. Swerve Strickland would show up, taking on the champion in singles action with the belt on the line. Whilst we'll keep it spoiler-free with the show yet to air, this is Strickland's first appearance in Major League Wrestling since early 2019 before he was signed by WWE for the NXT brand. Swerve wrestled for MLW from 2017, being their first World Heavyweight Champion after they relaunched that year. Strickland was teased as returning back in January during an episode of MLW Azteca, with many feeling this was now off the cards due to him signing for AEW in March. Next up, let's go to some WWE news as a popular superstar has revealed a brand new look. This weekend, Becky Lynch is set to defend her Raw Women's title against Bianca Belair at WrestleMania Saturday, and the two would be involved in an angle this past Monday night on Raw, with Belair cutting off a lock of Lynch's hair in the middle of the ring. Lynch has now taken to Twitter to reveal a brand new hairstyle, with her making the most of a bad situation, and Becky would say, "Joke's on you, Bianca Belair, I look cool as fuck." The two will meet this weekend in a rematch from SummerSlam 2021, where Becky Lynch would return to WWE to defeat the then SmackDown Women's Champion in just 26 seconds, leading to a Lynch heel turn. Bianca now has a shot at redemption on Saturday night, but so far her mind games don't seem to be working. Now let's go back to some more AEW news as the next qualifier for the Owen Hart Cup is set to take place. On tonight's episode of AEW Rampage, Jamie Hayter will take on Sky Blue, with the winner becoming the second competitor to qualify for the female Owen Hart Cup bracket. This follows the debut of Toni Storm this past weekend on Dynamite, where she defeated the Bunny to officially add her name to the field. More qualification matches are expected in the coming weeks, with the finals set to take place on May 29th, 2022 at the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Elsewhere on Rampage, the Young Bucks will take on Top Flight, the House of Black will battle Fuego del Sol, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, and the two big lads Powerhouse Hobbs and Keith Lee will finally collide. Next up, there has been some doubts cast over what will headline Night 1 of WrestleMania. Night 2 will of course be headlined by a match for the WWE Unified World Championship, when WWE Champion Brock Lesnar takes on Universal Champion Roman Reigns, but it looks like there is two candidates for Saturday's show. This week, Ronda Rousey would appear on The Ellen Show ahead of her match with SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, where she would say that she is main eventing Mania for the second time. This contradicts earlier reports that suggested the Kevin Owens show will headline the night, with Stone Cold Steve Austin set to return to WWE for a brawl. The segment is expected to be far more than a talk segment, with Austin said to be in excellent shape ahead of the event in his home state of Texas. If WWE go with the KO show to main event Night 1, it'll be Kevin Owens' first WrestleMania main event and Stone Cold Steve Austin's third. And if it does headline the night, that could be a suggestion that it could become a match. On the other hand, Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey have both main evented Mania once in 2019, both losing to Becky Lynch in a winner-takes-all women's title match. And finally, Wyndham, the former Bray Wyatt, has landed in Dallas for WrestleMania weekend. Wyndham would take to Instagram ahead of his appearance at WrestleCon this weekend, where he would share his thoughts on his situation, revealing that he misses his fans and the energy of Mania weekend. And he would say, "I just got to Dallas. This place feels so alive. It makes me feel alive. This week in particular has always been a huge part of me. God damn, I missed this energy. I missed all of you too. I'm sure some of you have questions for me. I got answers. Here it is. I'll reply to 6 questions in the next hour. Keep in mind I hate ruining surprises." The last part of the post could be a hint that we've got some surprises to come from Wyndham, maybe this weekend. Wyndham has been a free agent since July 2021, with his release marking the end of his 12-year run with WWE. Regarding the Q&A that he proposed on his Instagram post, let's cover a few of the questions in this video. First, let's go to the one we all expected to pop up, which is, when will he be returning to wrestling? Wyndham revealed that he does plan on coming back at some point, but when the time is right, and he would say, "I will always love wrestling. I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life without stepping in the ring again and hearing that roar again. I think about it often. Everything has to be in place though. Like I said, timing is everything." Wyndham would then be asked when he will feed his baby birds, which is a reference to an October tweet following his release. Essentially, when is he returning to his fans, and Wyndham would explain his absence from wrestling since his WWE release, and he said, "Wrestling is so immediate. It took me some time to to understand that everything else out there isn't a live, weekly episodic chaos experiment. It took me a second, but I forced myself to be still until I was thinking logically. I'm all in the clear now. It's the quality I'm after. My life's work, my legacy was burnt. But I promise you, when I leave this earth, my past will be far from what my legacy stands for. We may cover more of the Q&A if there's enough news for a second video later today, and I'm anticipating an action-packed weekend of news, so I'll see how it goes. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 things that you didn't know about AEW's Hook.